Probably the three most common medical conditions that we will see during summer months will relate to parasite damage, skin inflammation, as well as overheating. Well, nobody really knows what causes Alabama rot, and that's one of the challenges we have with that disease. And it's very vague symptoms. It causes inflammation and ulceration of the skin and especially around the face, and it affects the blood vessels. And also can affect the perfusion of the kidney with the blood vessel damage, and that can make it very serious and often fatal. Some breeds are more prone to grass seed problems than others. So dogs with pendulous ears, so the floppy dangling ears, they're more prone to getting grass seeds inside the ear. Some people believe that if you trim the ear, it decreases the probability of the grass seed going in. That often does help. But what's really worth doing is when you've walked your dog in grassy areas is to check the ear regularly. Make sure that there's no grass-ons just about to go inside that ear canal, and obviously remove them if there are. The other area where dogs can get grass seed trouble is between the toes of the paws. So it's important to check between the toes after a walk to make sure that no grass seeds are starting to penetrate. Sometimes clipping the hair away from the paws decreases the attachment of the grass seed on, and that can help prevent as well. If your dog keeps getting fleas, the biggest cause of that is that we're not dealing with the environmental part of the flea life cycle. So let me explain. The flea life cycle is very like the butterfly life cycle that we all learnt in school. We have eggs that become larvae, that become the pupa, that become the adult. It's only the adult that actually lives on the pet. The problem is that the adult stage represents only 5% of the total life cycle. So if we only treat the adults on the pet, we have missed the 95% that's waiting to replace them. So the most common mistake people make is not to treat their environment as well. So ask your vet for an environmental controlled spray as well as killing the adults on the pet. Well, first of all, most dogs are very resilient to most natural plant material. Yes, there are some plant materials that are poisonous, but the good news is that's really quite rare. Symptoms you might notice if there is a problem is you may notice vomiting and diarrhea, but of course they can be caused by many other causes as well, but they're always significant. You may notice tremoring, you may notice salivation. If your dog shows any of these unusual signs, I'd recommend you speak to your vet, tell them that you wonder if your dog has swallowed this particular plant, and they can check it out.